and we're in Malaysia now. Do you need to renew your tourist visa in Thailand? If you do, then this video is for you, because in this video I will be telling you guys a quick way that I have done by myself, an 18-year-old, which is taking a trip to Malaysia, to the Malaysian border, stepping in, stepping out, and getting the new visa. So I will explain to you guys step by step how to make it as simple as possible, as stress-free. To be honest, I understand the stress because I was going by myself, and in the beginning I was very nervous. But I can promise you guys, after watching this video, you will have no stress at all and you can be calm about it. And I'll give you some tips as well. So the first time I did the visa run was actually yesterday, and I totally underestimated how long the trip itself actually is. I was on an empty stomach, but the good thing is that the company I went with actually organized a couple of stops and one full meal for us, which you had different choices, and it's absolutely amazing. That's a great point for them. So the route that I took was from Krabi to Malaysia, and I'm gonna leave a little map right here. The company I went with, they also do from Phuket to Malaysia. So if you live in any of those areas like Krabi, Aonang, etc., I'll leave the link down below for you guys. They told me to be at a pickup point at 7:45, and they were on time. It was all amazing. They gave me all of the information, and everything was very good. So the first question is how to book one of those transports to Malaysia, and how I've done it was go around the whole town of Krabi. And do you know, like, those, you've definitely seen them, but it's those touristic places. They usually have like trips to PP Islands and all of. So some of them actually organize those kind of things, which for you, if you don't want to use the one that I've used or live in a different area, that's what I would do. Just go around the town and have a look for one that is good for you, that's convenient for you as well. So I actually had two options to choose from, which was a cheaper option that was supposed to cost me 1,200. But the negative things is that I would have to go to Malaysia not in a great comfort car, and would have to stay there for 2-3 days, something like that. And the second option is pay a bit more, which is like 4,500, and get within that comfortable seats, food, amazing help from the workers. If there would be any problem, they would solve it right there because of the connections they have. So the trip itself from Krabi, where they picked me up, to Malaysia's border was around 6-7 hours, counting the stops that we had. So the seats were absolutely incredible. You can lay back, you could sleep in there, you could just whatever, which is amazing. We had one stop on the way, which was, they picked me up at 7:45, around 8, and at 12 we had a stop, which there we could choose a hot meal, basically Thai cuisine restaurant. And within that, they gave us a little paper that you have to fill in with all of the information. So they helped us with it. So basically they said, there you have to put this, there you have to put that. They even gave us a paper how we have to fill it out, so it's perfect and there's no problems at the border. So that is definitely a massive plus if you're choosing from like different companies. This company had absolutely amazing service and helped all of us incredibly. But since we were riding such a long time, most of us were sleeping, some of us were eating and listening to music. Me, for example, I had to bring my headphones because without the headphones, I don't know what I would do. It would be definitely a hard ride, but thanks to the headphones, it was kind of good. And on our way there, we also had amazing views, like riding between the jungle. It was a bumpy ride though, so keep that in mind. It was a bumpy ride, which is expected. But yeah, so since it was my first time, I thought, right, I'm gonna bring a lot of food because I didn't really expect that we're gonna have a little like different stops. So I brought a full bag of crisps, snacks, and all of that, which was definitely not needed. But yeah, just know that if you're choosing this company that's taking food, or any other company that's offering you food, you don't have to bring a lot of snacks. I would definitely still bring something because it's a long ride and you might actually be hungry, like getting back home, or like in between the stops you might be hungry. So I would bring like something as a snack, but definitely not like me, a full bag of food and drinks because it was unnecessary. The things that you definitely need with you is your passport. I had to pack a day before, or even 2 days before, and I was always thinking, right, I need my passport with me. The passport is the most important thing, which is obviously logical because that's where you will get your stamp. But I'm just letting you guys know because of the stress. I understand the stress, and because of the stress you might actually forget it. So make sure that before, like a day before, you just leave your passport in the bag you're taking. That's what I did. I just left it in the bag, and I knew it was in the bag because I left it a day before. So make sure you do that as well, because without the passport you cannot do anything. Make sure you bring some extra cash with you because, for example, the company that took me already had the payment from the border inside the full payment that I did before stepping into the minivan. But some companies don't do that, or if you do it by yourself, you're gonna have to do the extra fee, which I cannot tell you exactly how much it is because I have no idea since the company did it for me. Right, another thing for sure, as I said before, that you do have to bring with you are headphones. And something that I didn't take with me, but I wish I did, and I will definitely take with me on my next ride there, is those head pillows that you usually take to the plane. Even though the seats are very comfortable, it's a long ride, so you still need something to make it even more comfortable. You will be sleeping there for sure, I can guarantee you that. So now, what does the border crossing actually looks like? So we have made it to the border. The ride is absolutely long. My legs hurt even just from sitting. So we're just gonna go inside now. It's very simple. Once the car leaves you in front of the border, depending on the people you are with, will give you like a little necklace. That's what they gave me. I had an orange one, and that just kind of shows from which company you are from. But it's actually very simple. It's you getting out of the car, going to the border, and I'm gonna explain it like this because once you're there, it will just click. So there's the first gate you're going through, and it's to exit Thailand. So you just go there, and they basically, the sheet you had to fill out, which my company helped me fill it out when we had the stop for food. They take your passport, they take the sheet, they look at it, and you just have to put your 4 fingers on there. Very simple. And they didn't ask me any questions. I don't think they ask questions when you get out of Thailand. They did ask me questions when I wanted to enter, which I'll get right into it in a second. So after you exit Thailand, you go through straight and you see another gate. There's no big difference, maybe 2 minutes walking. Everyone there is smiling, very nice, very friendly. They were like, okay, bye bye Thailand. It was very fun. It wasn't not very stressful. And then there's the second gate, so you just walk, I don't know, 2 minutes as I said, and that is to enter Malaysia. So once you exit Thailand, you're in between like those borders and you enter Malaysia. And we're in Malaysia now, so I couldn't film that part because it's no camera, but we just made it for the Malaysia border. And I don't really know where I have to go now, but let's see. And there they take the sheet again, the passport. They look at you, they look at the passport, and they're like, okay, you can enter. They didn't ask me any questions again because of because of the tag I had. no problems there. It was very fast, very fast as well. And then you just walk right round to exit Malaysia. So to walk around a couple of seconds, and then you're going back to the same gate where you exited Thailand, but on the other side, so to enter it. And that is where they might ask some questions. For example, on the sheet of paper I had to fill out where I live in Thailand, from where I'm entering, how many days, etc. To be honest, the procedure is not that complicated. It's very simple. You just have to get out of Thailand and enter Malaysia, and once you do, you just turn around and enter Thailand as well again. So it's very simple, nothing too complicated. I think it also depends with what company you go to, with what company you go with, because my company gave me like these little tags for my neck, and if you guys want, I can leave you guys a link down below for that as well. If you are interested in the company that I was with, which was definitely a massive help that made me feel like, okay, it's not stressful. I'm gonna leave the links down below, which is to their website and to their Facebook. So if you live in like Phuket, Krabi, Nang, or somewhere on the way, best company ever. I'll leave it down there. So if you're going there without a company, just keep in mind it's very simple. You just go straight, turn around, and walk right back. So I just did it in one full day. I didn't stay there at all. I just did walk in, walk out. As simple as that. So yeah, as I said, it definitely seems harder than it actually is. Plus, I'm by myself, so I don't have anyone's help. So trust me, if I say it's not as hard, it's not hard at all. Basically, very quick. Plus, this boy, I feel like there's not as much people, so that also is a very good plus. Right, so I'm gonna give you guys some tips for a smooth visa run. And definitely I'm gonna explain the best times to go. The company I was going with is definitely not a coincidence, but they only go Wednesdays and Sundays. So keep in mind, if your visa is finishing soon, you have to go a bit earlier. For example, my visa is finishing the 7th of February, but I went the 26th of January. So just to keep that little distance, because we do not want to pay fines. Definitely keep in mind to leave as soon as possible to go there, because if people from Phuket left at 4 a.m. and were in Krabi at around 8, and we arrived in Malaysia around 1 p.m. so definitely was quite a long ride, so prepare for that. Leave as soon as possible, and it might not be as stressful because there might not be as much of people as in the evening or at a different time. Again, I'm gonna say this again, double check your documents. Double check what your company requires for you to take with you. I only had to take the passport and that is all, but your company might require something additional, something else. So keep that in mind to ask. So once you have finished with the visa, you go back to the car, the van, or the same way you went there to go back. And if you're going with a private van, there will be some stops, 100%. So right now we are on one of our stops on our way back, and I got to say it is definitely very good option to bring money and napkins. Bring napkins. Thankfully I had some napkins in my wallet, but it is definitely a good idea to do so. So since we are on the stop, I decided to have a quick meal, which I'm going to show you right now, because we have those in Krabi and these are absolutely delicious and amazing price. So look at that. The people managing the company are so nice and understandable. They even offered me to drop me off at my hotel because, surprise, I'm not going back to Krabi to do a collaboration with someone that you might actually know. So I will see you there in the next video as well, and make sure you watch the previous video to kind of understand why visas are important in Thailand and why you have to keep under control. And if you do not want to do visa runs every 2 months, 2 3 months, there's other options you can find out in that video. But going back definitely felt a little bit longer. Normally I would say going back feels shorter, but it felt longer, and that would be because of the traffic. As I said, leaving early in the morning is the best thing you can do because there's no traffic. The people at the border, there's not as much, but going back is when traffic starts, so keep that in mind as well. So by the end of the day, you will definitely be exhausted and tired, but do not worry, it is definitely worth it. And it's a difference about doing it one day and doing it for like 3 days that I had the option to do it, because if I chose the 3 days would be exhausting for me. But in one day, it's all over in one day, very quick process. But definitely after all of the tiredness, exhaustion, etc., you will be very satisfied that you have your new visa with you. And I'm gonna remind you guys again, bring headphones and that pillow neck thing, because it will definitely make your ride way easier and way calmer. And that is how I've done my Malaysia 1-day visa run. It is definitely not the easiest day you will experience, but once it's over, you will be satisfied and happy that it's all sorted out. If you guys have any other questions about visa runs, make sure you drop it down below and I will try to help you guys as much as possible. Make sure you like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos about Thailand. Thank you for watching.